All right. Sorry for the little delay there, guys. As you can see, I am not at home right now. I'm in a hotel. So I had to set up this microphone. Please let me know in the chat right now if it's working okay, just because I want to fix it right now if it's not. I have to use my travel mic when I'm away, and I'm not going to be home again until the weekend. So, but the verdict for Afroman came out this afternoon, or like just a couple hours ago, actually. And it was pretty exciting. I was a little worried about how that was going to go on a couple accounts. But luckily, the jury came through. He was, um, found not liable for any of the claims that the officers made, and they looked pretty pissed. But I'm glad it went that way. Scotty 420, I hope I said that right. Says hello, new sub. Hi, how's it going? And so, like I said earlier, I put out a video this morning. I want to do like a recap of what happened in the trial. So what I'm gonna do, since the verdict just came out, and I wanted to do something kind of like casual and like not super planned out tonight. I'm gonna show you guys some of the stuff that I thought was really like funny or interesting from the trial footage that I've seen. But then tomorrow or Friday, probably tomorrow, I will work on a video that's pre-recorded where I'll go through and I'll do like 10 highlights from the trial that I feel like really kind of puts it all together. But I'm really glad that it worked out the way that it did. I know that some people have different opinions about his diss tracks that he put out right before or during this trial. And my opinion on that is, even if somebody says something that you feel is offensive, they should be allowed to say it. I think that like the problem with these officers is they're used to being in this position of authority where they can, kind of push what they want on people. That you saw them like raid his house with guns and shit when there was really nothing there for them to find. And they act like forceful like that all the time, and then they're not used to it when people apparently, speak out against them and get a lot of attention, and there's like nothing they can do about it. They're not used to being able to, or not being able to say, "Hey, do what I say." You know what I mean? And so that's what it kind of felt like to me. It felt like there was a lot of entitlement there. They wrecked his house. They busted down the door. We'll see it in one of the music videos I'm going to play for you guys. They busted down the door. They broke his gate. They like went through all his CDs and apparently caused some damage there. They took his money, and when they returned it, they didn't give all of it back. And there was nothing there. They said there was a warrant for like to search for kidnapping and drug trafficking. And I think in one of his videos he says like trafficking the drugs. Okay, I get it because of my history, but kidnapping. So and these officers just like can't stand that they can't exercise their authority in every aspect of whatever. And so they sued this guy before any of these like later diss tracks came out where these calling them out on their shit, because he dug up dirt on these officers. And then in some of them he was just like making up funny stuff. But he dug up dirt on these officers and he was making music videos about them. And he's allowed to do that. It's his experience. It's his life. He's allowed to express himself how he wants to through art. And it doesn't matter if he uses language that's offensive to some people. He's allowed to do that. And I think that everybody sometimes needs to take a step back and think, okay, this person said something I really don't like, but it's not appropriate for me to think that they should be, legally punished for it. Because then what happens if the tables are turned? Someday, somebody will not like something that you say or something that you believe in. Should you be punished for that? So we all have to kind of take a breath sometimes and think, okay, yeah, maybe he said some words that people didn't like, but he's allowed to express himself, especially when he's been wronged. So, anyways, I got a couple of videos I want to pull up and show you guys. This is not going to be a comprehensive recap of the trial or anything. Like I said, I'm going to do that tomorrow or Friday. But I want to show you some stuff that happened right after the verdict came out. So give me one sec. I'll pull this up. So these are just a couple of videos of his reactions to the verdict. And WCPO9 has all the trial footage. So if you want to go watch the full trial footage, you can. The only problem with the live streams on this channel is that it has all the like breaks in there. So you have to skip ahead a lot. Okay. So I'm going to skip to the part where he's talking after the trial here. Well, let's do this.
Afroman speaking directly after that verdict. I didn't win. America won. America still has freedom of speech. It's still for the people, by the people.
Afroman becoming emotional there as he says this fight was bigger than him.
Wait, is this lady in the front? I didn't realize this before. Is this the one in his music video about Lisa? No. No. Am I making that up? It's a little blurry. The image is a little blurry on my screen, so I can't tell.
It was about free speech and what he describes as corruption in this sheriff's department. I spoke to one supporter who came all the way from Dallas. I have more on that and more reaction from the rapper tonight at 11.
So they're going to have some more footage tonight. It's currently 9 p.m. Eastern time, so I don't know. It's a couple hours, I think. I don't know if they're in the same time zone, but if they are, it should be in a couple hours. So I would look for their stuff on their channel to see. I'll reach out to the guy. I don't know if he's going to respond. I'm sure he's going to be getting a lot of requests, but I will absolutely reach out to the guy and see if he wants to do a video interview because I think that would be so fun. But if he responds, I'll let you guys know. But I'll definitely reach out. I'll probably give it until like next week or something, let things calm down a little bit because he's going to be busy, you know, but I'll see if he's interested. Okay. And then here's another, he took this one himself. Hang on. That's not really funny.
We did it, America! Yeah! Yeah! We did it, America! Yeah! We did it! Freedom of speech! Right on! Right on! Yeah! God bless America! Yeah! Power to the people! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
He's so excited. I mean, I would be too, man. That's awesome. So yeah, I wanted to show you those reactions, but here's a highlight reel of some of the ridiculousness that happened on the stand that I also wanted to show you guys because I thought this was such a good highlight reel. Hang on. It's over on Instagram. Okay. Lost my tab there for a sec. Okay. I want to make sure my head's not in the way. Sorry. I'm not with my usual setup tonight, so there we go.
You were called Officer Poundcake by Mr. Foreman?
Multiple times.
You
received hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people.
Okay. Is it true that Mr. Foreman called you a hunchback?
Yes.
And specifically compared you to Quasimodo?
Yes.
Can you tell me what fact about you that receding hairline or dipshit refers to, please?
I'm sorry?
So you were called a couple of names by Mr. Foreman, one of those being, what was it, Beetle Bailey.
Yes, sir.
Does anyone believe you're Beetle Bailey?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Beetle Bailey is a cartoon that's in the newspaper.
Sure.
You mean
Been there for years. Okay. So that would be an exaggeration. Okay. And when they call you a son of a bitch, that would be an opinion.
I'd assume that would be an opinion.
Okay.
Buddy, don't say it's an opinion. Don't say you think it's an opinion. Say you know it's an opinion. Say you know it's an opinion. If you don't agree that it's an opinion, then you're saying it's possible that my mother is in fact a bitch. And that's just bad.
Because there's no way we can prove whether you're a son of a bitch or not.
Yeah, she's been dead for years.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about your mother on that.
It's like not funny, but the attorney laughing gets me every time. Oh my god. Because these guys were trying so hard to act like they were pained somehow by this man's insults, and it's just stupid crybaby shit. Like, if you are tough enough to carry around an assault rifle and bust down people's doors and scare their kids and take their money and ransack their house, you better be tough enough to take some name calling on the internet. Because if you, as Lisa, I think at least Lisa on the stand said, you are so emotionally distressed by these mean name calling videos from this man that you are like wanting to leave work, like you can't continue doing your job, then I question your ability to handle firearms and charge into high pressure situations where lives are at stake. If a little name calling is enough to make you want to go home from work. So I think that's a problem for me. So these guys were trying really hard to sell the emotional distress damages aspect, and nobody bought it. Nobody bought it. Lauren's been called worse by Ding Dong. That is certainly true. Yeah, certainly true. Also, the judge on this one, and for people who have been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I'm not quick to call like bias with judges and or lawyers or anything like that. I'm not quick to like call something like untoward is happening here. I give people a lot of grace, and I always try to look at every angle. But the judge in this case, he was very much batting for the offense, which was bizarre. And I was sitting there thinking, like, some of this stuff has to be appealable. And it looks like some lawyers who have been following this case agreed with that sentiment, because I'm not an attorney. I'm just a person with an opinion. But the judge seems to be auditioning to be the subject of Afroman's next diss track. And Afroman seems to want to oblige. Let me see. I saw this morning before they went into court. What was it? He said, Judge Jackass Jonathan helped the pedophile police hang. Scoot over Officer Poundcake introducing Judge Jackass Jonathan helped the pedophile police. Oh my god. And I was just like, my god, dude. I'm scared for like how they might retaliate against you, but it worked out in his favor. He did okay. He did okay. This was obviously never brought up in the courtroom today, but it was really hilarious. The cash miscount cop was hilarious. Thank you, Charlie, for the $2 there. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. And the cash miscount thing is like something that I'll put in the highlights video that I do tomorrow. But I have a couple more things for you guys that I want you to see tonight. So if you didn't see these yet, and most people probably have, but some people I know have not seen this one yet. Hang on. The Afroman put out right before this trial, and even during the trial, like when it first started, put out a series of diss track videos on his YouTube channel. And one of them is, well, you know, like I'm Lisa, because of, we'll get to that one after. But this one, Bataram him of the police whistleblower, is actually my favorite. But I don't want to get copyright, A, and B, even if I could get away with playing it, I don't want to take away from his ad revenue, because this man deserves every penny he's making off these songs. So I'm not going to play it for you. But this one, Sean Grooming Grooms, I'm going to play some of this for you, because he doesn't just make up a song about the guy. He also put in, if you guys didn't watch these, clips of these officers' depositions into these YouTube videos. And so, without playing the song in the beginning, because like I said, I don't want to, take away from his track. You should go listen to the track if you want to on his channel. I do want to comment on some of the deposition clips he put in here, and he's just like mocking the guy relentlessly, and he's so funny. And I think some people may not have seen this because people have just heard about this from what's been going around in social media from the trial. But this is actually really funny, and it's on his personal channel, and I expect him fully to put out some more stuff like this. But give me one sec to pull it up here. I need to move my head. There we go.
Thank you for tuning in for today's breaking news, where we will be going live in Afro County, where Sheriff Afroman of Afroman County is issuing a warrant for Sean Grooming Grooms.
These microphones on. My name is Sheriff Afroman, head sheriff from the Afro County Sheriff Department. Today we're issuing a warrant for Sean Grooming Grooms. He is a sex offender disguised as law enforcement, searching vaginal cavities, intercourse interrogation, giving ladies penis plea deals. We just want Sean Grooming Grooms to know, Sean Grooms, your days of grooming is over.
This is like, so I'm going to come back to this part because there's so much more here that we need to unpack. But just to give you a glimpse of what was in the music video part of this video, he has like images of skid marks on underpants. Hang on. Skid marked underpants.
Sean Grooms girl.
Wait, let me find it. There it is. Yeah.
Drops his little loses cheap hoes.
Like, he's just trolling these guys relentlessly. It's so bad. Oh man. Shizzy was worried about strikes. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, this is, you gotta get a full picture of this guy, and so I don't want to be afraid to get copyright strike, because the worst thing that's gonna happen is, like, it'll get claimed to where I don't get money for this video, and it's kind of like, it's worth it to me to like show what actually happened and to just kind of experience that with everyone. So I won't worry too much about that, but I won't show the music videos unless it was the ones that were shown in court. How about that? So let's get back to let's get back to this because he's going to go into the deposition, which is hilarious singing.
Whatever you got left after that divorce.
Wait.
Do whatever he's telling.
Let's back it up a little bit.
And then lying on me and blaming it on me for your divorce. If you see Sean grooming grooms, do not pull over, do not pull your pants down and do whatever he's telling you. Call the Afro County Sheriff Department. Sean grooms, turn yourself in and bring your money with you. Whatever you got left after that divorce.
Oh my god. And like what's so funny is this guy, Sean, tried to get damages from Afroman, saying that his commentary led to like strain on his marriage and played a role in his divorce. And so Afroman has this man's ex-wife come and testify at the trial. And that'll be in the highlights video tomorrow. But she's like, no, that's not what happened. And so Afroman puts out this music video about how they actually got a divorce because he was giving people penis plea deals by let's see, let's call it banging aspiring convicted drug offenders. I don't know. You gotta listen to that music video though. But there's some deposition coming up here, which is, oh my god, it gets better. It gets better. Let's put it that way. Dude, do not drop your pants. Hang on. Oh, the ex-wife was really funny though, guys, because if you didn't see the ex-wife's testimony, the first thing that the county attorney, or not the county attorney, but whoever represented the police, asked the ex-wife on the stand was, "You never sought a restraining order against your husband or your ex-husband, did you?" And she was like, "Yeah, I did." Like, don't ask questions you don't know the answer to. Everybody knows that. Come on, man. Everybody knows that. Didn't you watch the OJ trial? All right. Anyways.
Thank you. If your woman's on drugs, don't.
All right, 1 second. Let me pop forward a little bit. Here we go. Hang on. Yeah.
That there was a post about me.
And this is his actual deposition footage. Let me turn up the volume on my computer. Hopefully you guys can see that. I don't know how to make, hear that, but I don't know how to make it any louder. Let me know how the audio is. I'll put on captions if we need to. Just let me know.
Being hunchback Norman Dane.
Say that again, please.
Being hunchback Norman Dane.
Hunchback Norman Dane?
However you say
Notre Dame, maybe? Hunchback of Notre
Afroman puts the cartoon for Hunchback of Notre Dame here with Sean's head on it, as you can see. Let me move my head a little bit. But he trolls this guy with the Hunchback. He calls him a Hunchback of Adams County. And Sean here doesn't even remember what it is. He's like Hunchback of like you're supposed to be severely emotionally damaged by this, yet you don't remember what the name is that he called you.
Notre Dame?
Yeah, however you say it.
It just, why it looked like his attorney was trying to jump in there, call like a time.
And he just cuts in here with his huge cup and his pink suit. Oh my god. This guy's such an icon.
I'll stop him from looking ignorant or something.
Office on how to complete and do a return on a search warrant?
That I can't answer. I have never seen one.
Can you repeat that, please?
I have never seen one.
What do you mean you don't know? Oh yeah, because I got high. Aha!
You arrive at the sheriff's office. What happens next?
I can't recall.
Deputy Sean grooming grooms. Did you vaginally investigate those ladies and give them penis plea deals? I can't recall. Do you vandalize people's property, eat their lemon pound cake, disconnect their cameras, and steal their money? I can't.
Not the pound cake.
Can't recall.
Do you remember what you were armed with?
Naylor.
It's an AR-15 assault rifle?
Correct.
This man vandalized my property. He's in my kitchen with an AR-15.
Dude, if I ever like get into a legitimate beef with someone where it gets this far, I'm going to court. I'm hiring Afroman to do PR for me. This is amazing. The guy's just so funny. He's got balls. I'll give him that. I was a little worried about some of the claims that he made about like the child stuff relating to one of the officers, but that's another thing we're getting into in the highlight video tomorrow, not tonight. But I'm so glad that he got away with what I feel was just, which was not liable for any of the claims made by the officers. But let's keep going here because this is not nearly done. It's just this video is just it's okay.
And he sues me for cracking a joke about him. This dude is the perpetrator and the victim at the same time.
Hunchback over there.
Yeah.
Keep watching out for Hunchback. Oh my god, he's pouring that.
I started towards you through the, I believe it was the kitchen area.
Yes. No, in my beautiful kitchen, this is where the Hunchback of Adams County became born and famous. The Hunchback of Adams County, aka Sean Grooming Grooms.
I checked a few rooms, side rooms.
Did you search the basement?
I did not.
Do you ever remember seeing the basement?
Do not.
Did you ever see any cages?
I didn't.
Did you see any dungeons?
And they're asking that because the warrant was for something ridiculous, like drug trafficking and kidnapping. And they're like, there's no like secret cage basement for kidnapped people here. And so here's what he had to say about that. Hang on, let's run it back a couple seconds here.
That's it.
I started towards you through the, I believe it was the kitchen area.
Yes. No, in my beautiful kitchen, this is where the Hunchback of Adams County became born and famous. The Hunchback of Adams County, aka Sean Grooming Grooms.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Okay, so no, it's not that I'm like so red. It's that I'm in this hotel room where, well, I'm always red in the face. You guys know that, but like I'm in this hotel room where the lighting's weird, so I have to have this lamp with the shade over it right behind the computer, so it's looking extra red tonight. But I usually do have red cheeks. If I'm drinking caffeine, I'm red in the face, or pink, like this guy's suit. But anyways, look at that Hunchback photo in the top left. I was trying to make it bigger so you could see it, but even if I remove myself from the screen, I can't. But you can see his like little, his back's hunched over, and that's why he made him Quasimodo. Awesome. All right.
The Hunchback of Adams County became born and famous. The Hunchback of Adams County, aka Sean Grooming Grooms.
I checked a few rooms, side rooms.
Did you search the basement?
I did not.
Do you ever remember seeing the basement?
Do not.
Did you ever see any cages?
I didn't.
Did you see any dungeons? No. Did you see any dragons? No. Did you see any cages? No. Did you apologize? No. Did you help me put my door back on the hinges? No. Did you help me fix my gate? No. Do you even care? No. And if I crack a little joke, you want to sue me. You know, this is happening literally in real time. You know what I'm saying?
You're part of this lawsuit. You're asking for damages due to your reputation. Can you tell me how being called the Hunchback of Notre Dame has affected your reputation?
I get made fun of a lot when I
And I get made fun of a lot, don't I? Yeah, that's legal. I mean, why are you suing someone because you get made fun of? As a police officer, especially in today's political climate, you know that people are going to call you names, they're going to mock you, they're going to make fun of you. So, like, if you can't handle that, don't be a police officer. It's unfortunately, as being a public official, it's part of the job. You got to learn to live with that. Especially if you're like an officer who gets to go around asserting authority and busting up people's property and not paying for the damage you caused to innocent people's homes. They get to call you names. That's a pretty fair trade-off, don't you think? I mean, this is pathetic. Pathetic.
Go into a call.
See, he violated me. He didn't apologize. And, you know, when I speed, I get a ticket. He has no penalty. He has no penalty. He has no penalty. I must give him one. I must give him one. Yes. The Hunchback of Adams County, Sean Grooming Grooms.
Like everybody else has said, get accused of you're going to take my money or you're going to take this or that.
Here to the Adams County Sheriff's Office as that cash was given back. We watched it being counted out of sealed evidence bags, and $400 in cash was missing.
This or that. Yeah, it gets kind of old.
That's the penalty for not apologizing to me after you vandalized my property, disconnected my cameras, and stole my money. People are going to make fun of you, and you didn't apologize. Afroman. You got an AR-15. I got humiliation and emotional distress.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. He's saying, you've got an AR-15 at his house with his children present. And he's got words. Like, these officers need to get a fucking grip. At least he came up with some funny songs, I guess. But this guy, like, especially now that he's won the trial, like, he's gonna get so much success out of this, and he's kind of like an icon for free speech now, which I think is amazing. These cops absolutely got the outcome that they deserved.
Obviously, mine is tougher. Emotional distress. Drop that AR-15. Yeah. Don't you make me give you some more of this emotional distress.
I'm not a thief.
Multiple people counted the cash, and the numbers didn't add up.
Do you have an explanation as why there was a difference in the amount of money reported on the return of the search warrant than what was returned from evidence?
I do not.
Is that normal for that to happen?
No.
Were you ever interviewed as part of an internal investigation into that?
No.
Is that normal? No. So it's abnormal. It's abnormal for you motherfuckers to be stealing money.
Is there an example that comes to your mind where you responded to a call and that person treated you different? Can you give me a specific example of that?
I can't give you a specific.
Yeah, I specifically don't know about the AR-15. I was walking through the house after I kicked everything down. But I specifically know this. I don't even know what I got called. But I specifically know this. I specifically want all the money. I'm the perpetrator and the victim. My name is the Hunchback of Adams County, Sean Grooming Grooms.
He is a little hunchback down here this whole time. The hunchback, he's sometimes just running around with bags of money and shit.
Check me out.
Were you ever threatened?
Actually, I was. I had 3 personal phone calls.
Tell me about this.
Oh, I bet that's the first time he's gotten 3 personal phone calls in his entire life.
That I should be shot or beat up for doing what I'd done to Mr. Foreman.
Did you?
So here's my skepticism, especially with this claim in particular, that he got calls about that. First of all, what he did to Mr. Foreman, given that Mr. Foreman, who, aka Afroman, has exercised his freedom of speech to speak at that this in public, is public knowledge, and the public is allowed to react to that how they please. Now, if they're harassing this man, they're calling him and threatening him, that is actually something that goes beyond freedom of speech. You cannot threaten or harass people. You can call them names like Afroman did, but you cannot call and like harass people. And so he's very vague about this. And he also tries to attribute this to the Afroman scandal, where I'm like, you're a police officer. Again, as I said, no matter how you feel about cops, I think most people would agree that this day, it's like we have a very polarized view of cops as a society. I personally don't have extreme views about law enforcement in general, but I know a lot of people do. And so a lot of people might just be criticizing him as a police officer in their county because they think he does a bad job and they hate cops. You know what I mean? And so he's trying to attribute this to Afroman the way that he tried to attribute his divorce to Afroman, which is easily disprovable. There's like a million other possibilities, but it gets worse for him here. Let's move on.
Log the numbers that called.
I did not.
Did you turn that information over to the prosecutor's office?
I mentioned it to the sheriff.
Do you know what he did?
I don't.
Was anybody arrested in reference to those 3 calls?
Not to my knowledge.
Did they pull any wire searches or anything?
As far as I know, no.
Threatening a police officer a crime?
Usually is.
This may sound stupid, Sean, but police officer's crime. Isn't it odd that the prosecutor didn't take any steps?
Can't enter it.
That's what the lawyer was saying is like a great example of the point I was just trying to make, which is that's a crime and you're trying to attribute it to Afroman, but you didn't have anything done about it. The prosecutor didn't feel the need to move forward with it, which makes me think this attribution is BS, if not the entire claim that he got those calls in the first place. Because if he had a direct correlation to like why that threat was made, and there were threats being made, he would have told somebody that, and they would have moved forward with, given the context of this case, especially like the fact that it's moving forward to trial, they would have done something about that, and they did not. And that's a little sus. Probably because, like I said, I can't talk, because it didn't happen. So, I mean, that's just my guess.
In your personal opinion, do you think it's on?
Kind of.
I'm sorry.
Kind of. Sorry.
Mr. Hunchback of Adams County, Sean Grooming Grooms, isn't it odd that your wife divorced you because you was fucking crackheads and meth heads on duty? I can't answer that. Isn't it odd that your wife is divorcing you for fucking crackheads and meth heads, but you're blaming it on a rapper? I can't answer that. What can you answer? We got a crackhead bitch dancing in the middle of the street. This is Sean Grooming Grooms. I'll answer that. Hell yeah. I ain't mad at you, Sean Grooming Grooms.
You've also asked in your complaint for emotional damages. Could you please explain what emotional damages are? Or, strike that. Emotional distress.
Emotional distress.
Just have no worry about everything. What people think of you and how they look at you kind of played a part in my family life.
Explain that to me.
Recently got divorced.
Did she divorce you solely because of this?
Not solely, but
not solely. Not solely. Yeah, but you ought to see his eyes darting around. You ought to just look at his eyes. Not solely. What else you want to tell me about that? Yeah, the hunchback. The hunchback. Damn, I'm going to change the name from the hunchback to the humpback. Oh, okay. Oh shit. We just switched his name. God, we just switched his name. He is no longer the hunchback. He the humpback of Adams County. It ain't just Afroman. Oh, well, it's some more shit. What is it, Mr. Humpback of Adams County? Sean Grooming Grooms.
What did she say exactly that this played into the divorce?
she was tired of hearing about it. Mm-hmm. People asking her, was her husband a thief?
And so he says she was tired of hearing about it, which played into the divorce. But mind you, like I said earlier, she testified during the trial because Afroman had her on the witness list. And she testified that it had nothing to do with their divorce, which is hilarious now, in retrospect.
And when they counted 3 people, I watched 3 people count that cash, and it came up short.
how could he do something like this?
I apologize for not knowing the answer to this. What was your ex-wife's name?
Rhonda.
Did she go back to her maiden name?
No.
So it's still Rhonda Grooms?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3.
Tell me about humiliation.
I think he drank too much out of the big cup. Okay, well, should we finish this video or should we move on? There's only 4 minutes left. We'll finish it.
How have you experienced humiliation?
Pretty much the same as the others. They've been made fun of.
When you go to calls and people are saying, "Are you going to do us like Afroman? You're a thief," and stuff like that.
All of that. Being told the hunchback.
And so when you say being called the hunchback,
Not a
is
crime to
people
call someone a
yelling
hunchback?
at you, or are you just referring to the post?
Just referring to the post, and people saying, call me that. Look, there's a hunchback from Afroman.
Okay.
That's right. That's what happened to you. People start calling you the Hunchback of Adams County, a.k.a. Sean Grooming Grooms. Yes. So instead of raiding my house, what you need to stop doing is stop fucking those crackhead and those meth head women you pull over. Ain't that right, Sharonda? Yeah. Wanda? What is it?
Rhonda.
Rhonda? I got
Oh my
high.
God.
Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda.
Have you ever been called derogatory names at your office?
That's awesome.
Can you give me an example of some of those names?
Stupid. Bitch.
Is there anybody who took place in that who is not a party to this lawsuit?
Can't recall.
Do you be fucking meth head and crackhead women in the woods? I can't recall. Is that the reason why your wife divorced you? Because you be fucking crackhead and meth head women? I can't recall. How much of Afroman's money do you want? I want it all. What do you know? Nothing. This dude is the predator and the victim.
In your lawsuit, are you claiming damages only for yourself or for you and your ex-wife?
Myself.
When you was fucking those meth heads and those crackheads in the woods, was you fucking them for the Adams County Sheriff Department or was you fucking them for yourself? Myself.
Sean Grooms used to pull me over and fuck me all the time. Shit, how do you think I got off all the time?
As you said here today, do you know a dollar figure put on your reputation damages?
I can't answer that.
Can't or won't?
Won't.
As you sit here today, can you give me a number to all the women that you done pulled over and chased in the woods, gave vaginal investigations and penis plea deals? I can't answer that. You can't?
Like I said, he dug up dirt on these people and he absolutely destroyed them. Oh my God. It's almost this video is not even over yet. We got like less than 2 minutes left though.
Or won't. As you sit here today, are you saying that Afroman is the reason why your ex-wife, Rhonda, divorced you? I can't answer that. You can't or you won't. I won't.
Ever seen any doctors in relation to emotional distress?
No.
Emotional distress.
Counselors, therapists?
No.
Mr. Humpback of Adams County, Sean Grooming Grooms, have you fucked meth heads and crackheads? No. Did your wife divorce you because you was fucking meth heads and crackheads? No.
Times.
Are you a thief?
No, I'm not.
I don't have an answer for you.
You said this might have something to do with your divorce. Would the correct person to ask about that be your ex-wife?
You could try to ask her. She's not very happy right now, so
Why is she not very happy?
it didn't all go her way.
You mean the divorce?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can try to ask her, but she's not that happy right now. How come she's not happy? Well, it didn't all go her way. You mean a divorce? No, I mean all them meth head, crackhead bitches I was fucking. Hey, man, stop blaming your divorce on me, man. You know what I'm saying? Be accountable. You're an example, model citizen.
Sean Grooms has been arrested and is awaiting trial. He is being held on charges of performing heinous acts while on duty. His bail has been set at $420. Sean Grooms has been arrested and
Oh my God. Oh man. But in most of these, not all of them, but in most of these diss tracks he's put out, he has clips of their depositions in them, and it's fucking hilarious. Okay, so I have some more highlights for you guys. Let's see. We got a couple more to go. The Officer Poundcake thing. I feel like we have to do the Officer Poundcake thing. If we don't do the Officer Poundcake thing, it's just a crime at this point. Let's do this. I'll move my head this way. Okay. Let's go to 120, 50. There we go.
So, Mr. Cooley.
And this song is such a fucking bop.
Sorry. Sean, you were called Officer Poundcake by Mr. Foreman?
Multiple times.
You
received hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people.
Okay.
Wait. Weird Ad Agency. This is my first time joining a live on YouTube. Hi. Weird Ad Agency is my favorite account on like TikTok, Instagram. I think on YouTube too. She does really hilarious songs. I'm pretty sure that's the same person, right? If not, then just lie to me because I love those songs. She does songs about love is blind. It's awesome. Anyways, okay, let's keep watching this, but go follow Weird Ad Agency. Mods, if you could link to her channels in the chat, please do that. Anyways, here's Mr. Officer Poundcake, and we're gonna hear from him a little bit because I want to play the song that was written about him, the music video that stemmed this entire lawsuit.
I don't think we'll have to stop this.
Let's eliminate all doubt.
I'll ask a couple of questions. So, Mr. Cooley, sorry, Sean, you were called Officer Poundcake by Mr. Foreman?
Multiple times.
You
received hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people.
Okay.
So they're trying to prove damages, and he's like, yeah, I received pound cake. Like, okay. You were called Officer Pound Cake? Yes, I received pound cakes from people. Well, my God. Jurors, please award this man over $1 million. Fuck off.
And the context of that name comes from a music video that Mr. Foreman created, correct?
I don't know where he got it at, but you'd have to ask him that question.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play what's marked
Here we go.
Defense Exhibit D.
And some of the funniest parts of this trial was when they made the officers sit there on the stand while they played the diss tracks.
I'd like you to watch this.
Okay.
Oh, you got that? Oh.
I would die as a juror. I would not contain myself as a juror.
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard the glass break. They found no kidnapping victims, just a million pound cake. Mama's with pound cake. It tastes so nice. It made the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice. Living pound cake. He wanna put down his gun. Living pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Living pound cake. He's a family guy. Living pound cake. Munchies because he got hot. Living pound cake. Pound cake. He's a Adams County Sheriff. He's hungry and he's big as hell.
Oh my God.
He was sniffing for weed. Then he smelled another smell. What was that?
Mama's lemon.
He made the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice. Living pound cake. He wanna put down his gun. Living pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Living pound cake. He's a family guy. Living pound cake. Munchies because he got hot. Living pound cake. Pound cake. He sees my cake and my corno man come boom boom. On the way to the evidence room.
I'm not women. And
It takes so nice. Make the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a spine. Living pound cake. He wanna put down his gun. Living pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Living pound cake. He's a family guy. Living pound cake. Munchies because he got high. Living pound cake. Pound cake. Living pound cake. He wanna put down his pie. Living pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Living pound cake. He's a family guy. Living pound cake. Munchies because he got high. Living pound cake. Pound cake.
I like how they did the follow us on Instagram in court.
Stop it there. So you've seen Exhibit D, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You would admit that's you with the glasses walking by a lemon pound cake on the counter?
Yes.
All that just to admit that he's Officer Poundcake. Oh, man. All right, we got one more clip here I want to go through with you guys tonight. And then, like I said, if you missed earlier in the stream, I'm going to do a highlight video of this trial with a couple of points, or 10 points or so, more than a couple, tomorrow. But tonight, I just wanted to go over some of my favorite fun stuff. Let's see. Okay. The last one, of course, is Lisa. Let's see. Where's the timestamp? I want to start on that one. 12:48. And this is a long one. They made this lady sit there and sob at this for like 14 minutes or something. Hold on.
A post from September 17th, 2022. Was that shortly after the execution of the warrant?
Yes, sir.
So you guys might not be able to read that post. So here's what I'm going to I'm going to read it to you. This post of Lisa next to the Mona Lisa was apparently offensive to her. And here's what the Instagram post says. It says, "Good morning, ladies. Here she is, the condescending cunt. Adams KK County Sheriff, Lieutenant Mona Lickumlow Lisa, to serve and disconnect your home video security surveillance system so you won't have proof of the Adams County Sheriff Department stealing money and other things around your house, even possibly planting false kidnapping evidence. I used to speak to this lady when I dropped my kids off to school. I always wondered why she never spoke back. Just looked at me with the same condescending cunt look. You see in the picture, I spoke to her again at the metal detector in the Adams County Courthouse. Her voice was 3 octaves lower than mine, LOL. Has anybody in Adams County verified her vagina? If you haven't, you should, or she might." And then I don't know what it says after that because it scrolls down, but oh my god, well, maybe we should find it. I wonder if it's still there. Let me look. I want to know what the rest of it says. Maybe it's like nothing, but I'm gonna find out anyways. That was what? Oh, that was a long time ago. I don't know how much this man posts on Instagram, but I'm about to find out. All right. This was, oh yeah, that was 3 weeks ago. Let's keep scrolling. I mean, we're going to have to scroll down so much just to find it that I won't, but this was 14 weeks. Yeah, we're going to have to scroll down forever to find it. So we'll just move on. We'll move on. I'll find it later. Because I'm not spending all that time scrolling through Instagram right now. But yeah. Okay. So, anyways, let me move this up to theater mode. There. That's the post that they're talking about, and she's on the stand, and he's making fun of her basically for having a very deep voice and for being like a lesbian. I don't know if she's actually a lesbian or not. I'm gonna say I don't think it's the most outlandish thing in the world to assume that. And I'm allowed to say that. So, okay. So I don't think it's the most outlandish thing in the world to say that. Now, people have been upset with him calling him transphobic for speculating about her possibly being a trans person. Personally, these officers went to his house, abused his property, and refused to apologize or reimburse him. So I'm giving him, whatever space he needs to say what he needs to say to express his frustration and deal with that. I'm not going to call this man transphobic for that. I'm not. So it's just, it's honestly not that big of a deal. If you ask me, if somebody's like making fun of you for being a lesbian after you pulled an AK, or not an AK, but an AR-15 on their property with their children around, and what he says is you are a lesbian pussy licker or whatever, like, listen, I personally don't find that to be a huge insult. I don't think that should be surprising to anyone, but Lisa, honey, I get called that all the time. And we don't get millions of dollars in damages for that. I have been called a lesbian since I was long before I understood what a lesbian was or that I was one. And let me tell you, that's just part of life. You got to deal with it. You got to have thicker skin than that. You got to move on. We all have to go to work every day. If I stopped going to work every time somebody speculated that I licked a pussy, honey, I wouldn't have a job. So you got to deal with it. But seriously, imagine like expecting over $1 million from somebody whose property you abused and whose children you terrorized with a gun. Because they called you a lesbian. Like, I have been called sir by every drive-through worker in America and half of the retail workers. It's an honest mistake. We move on. Baby girl, it's time to move on. You didn't need to bring this to court. Now you're going to be humiliated for the rest of your life, whether you're a lesbian or not. So, yikes.
Can we blow it up just a little bit? Okay, down. Near the bottom of that first paragraph, just go down a little bit more right there. Has anybody in Adams County verified her vagina? If you haven't, you should, or she might.
Calamity Jane, that's my bad.
Oh, whoop out something bigger than yours. If this lady is your friend, I wouldn't leave her alone in my house. Or I'll put it this way, if you leave and your video system is messed up, etc., etc. And then down below a little further, my name for this particular officer is Lieutenant Mona Lickumlow Lisa. When did you first see this posting, if you recall?
Shortly after the warrant.
That was over three and a half years ago. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to the next one. And you see here,
all right, I'll read this one for you too. Hold on. Let me do this in my best Lisa voice, which is basically just my voice. But, hold on. Good morning, ladies. Lieutenant Mona Lickumlow Lisa, full of shit Phillips to serve and to disconnect after stealing my money and disconnecting my cameras. Lieutenant Mona Lickumlow Lisa, full of shit Phillips, is suing me for humiliating her, giving her mental stress, ridicule, and the loss of her reputation. She doesn't like being called Lieutenant Mona Lickumlow Lisa, full of shit Phillips, but she loves stealing money and disconnecting cameras of law-abiding, tax-paying citizens. Okay.
it says disconnect after stealing my reputation. She doesn't like being called Lieutenant Mona Lickumlow Lisa full of shit Phillips, but she,
Oh, here we go, baby.
that was 21? Yes. Did you see that video when it was posted?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to the next one.
The record needs to know it. Work with me here. Go with it. 22.
22. Was that the same one over again?
And they just make her listen to this over and over again. And it's, oh my God. And like, guys, I don't care. I know that people are pointing out her voice is deeper than the attorneys. Her voice is deeper than many men. I don't care if your voice is deep. I care if you bust up innocent people's property and won't reimburse them for it and terrorize their children with guns on your person. Like, I don't give a shit if her voice is deep. But like, they didn't even apologize to this man or even consider reimbursing him for what they did. And they even tried to keep some of his money that they took from the scene wrongfully, by the way. I know that they do stuff like that during police searches, but like there was nothing to find there. So, and they try to keep several hundred of his dollars. That's fucked up. And they may or may not have eaten his pound cake. So, in my opinion, he had a good reason to think Lisa might be a lesbian. So, what you say?
And was that a different one?
That is number 22.
That's
the
22.
Same, yes.
Same one. All right. Lieutenant Lickumlow Lisa, eat my ex-wife just like pizza. Is that what you understood that to say?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. The attorney for the police officers is the worst because he's old. He's old and like he's like a. And I'm not saying he's not a good attorney, but I'm saying when he's reading these rap lyrics or like these song lyrics about pussy licking lesbian Lisa, it's like, sir, did you mean to say that? Like, oh my God. But like even in closing statements today, when Afroman's attorney was saying like Megan Thee Stallion and Carly B, I was just like, these white boys need to get out of this fucking courthouse right now. All right, we'll watch a little more of this and then we'll call it a night. How about that?
Let's go to the next one.
This is 23.
That's the same thing on a different platform. Do you know what? Can you tell what platform that is?
Just make her listen over and over again.
Search YouTube.
Over and over again.
Yes, for both of those.
Clear that out for the record, Your Honor.
Like we're still going on this. And this is just Instagram. Hold on. Now here we go to YouTube.
34.
Hilarious.
Then for the record, Your Honor, my objection would pertain to Exhibit 34.
By the way, guys, this attorney who's logged in, or whoever's logged in to pull up these exhibits online, you can see the videos on the side there. Some of them might be, and like you get random videos sometimes, but some of them might be indicative of what he likes to watch in general. I mean, sometimes I get random ones on the side too, but like, we'll see.
Just for the record.
Did you see this already, Mr. Osborne?
Your Honor, when they listed it, I did find it and take a look at it. I was never supplied a copy, but I did find a copy on YouTube.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Now, obviously, you guys can tell that this is an actress. So you can tell when it's the actress because it says Lieutenant Lickumlow Lisa on the polo there. And also, they look different. But, like, any normal functioning human being would understand that. Just pointing that out because that was important to determining whether or not they defamed her.
Came to town. She left the all around. From Adams County to the 275. Licking every pussy alive. Lisa,
I mean, yeah, it's lewd, guys. It's lewd, and it's it's kind of like, some people would say it's perverse. I personally am like, I know a lot of lesbians who would be flattered to have a song like this written about them, and I don't know if Lisa is a lesbian or not, but I know she's overreacting.
You really don't know her. I noticed her voice is a.
Sorry, I muted myself. I was saying I love how half of this video is like her chasing him. It's her chasing him. But yeah, no, this is I almost feel bashful watching because I'm like, it is so lewd, but like at the same time, it's obviously a joke. It's clearly a joke.
Few octaves lower. She's not too ugly. She's not too fine, but she's not too fun. Might look like something that's bigger than mine. Lisa,
Oh my god. And you can hear, if you listen in the background, you can hear her sniffling because she just starts crying on the stand. Like sobbing on the stand for like 14 minutes almost while this plays. And it's like, you cannot be this thin-skinned as a police officer. You cannot be this thin-skinned. I'm sorry. Like, cry in your home, but like, if you're calling out of work for this is ridiculous. And she was trying to say that it was so distressing to her that she like couldn't function, basically. And I'm like, I'm sorry, being called a lesbian was so distressing to you that you couldn't function, but the rest of us actual lesbians have to go to work every day, so maybe you can chill the fuck out. People are saying, look at how red Lauren's face is. My face has been red like this since the beginning of the stream, so don't read into that. But we'll listen to a little bit more of this. How about that? And then we'll sign off.
She raided my house. She disconnected my camera. Then she went down on my spouse.
Okay, so she's like sitting here sobbing, like I said, for like 14 minutes, and just I don't feel bad for her. She's asking for over $1 million because of this, because she was called a lesbian after she humiliated this man, broke his property, refused to, apologize for what she did to him. Because when police officers raid innocent people, I do believe that they should apologize afterwards. I know that it's not mandatory, obviously, but like, if you want the public to respect you, the least you could do is apologize afterwards, not try to sue the man for the fucking lemon pound cake video, you weirdo. Like, oh my god.
I just don't know what I'm gonna do. Y'all keep on laughing. She's gonna eat your wife's pussy.
And it's basically just several minutes of her crying like this. while the song plays in the background. I'm like, is this the fucking Lion King? Like, what are we doing? Like, weird action with the soundtrack? Oh, and he has deposition clips of her too. Hang on. Unfortunately, you guys don't get to see from the court footage the just like her chasing after him in the video over and over again. Which is hilarious. Sorry, I had myself muted again. I said I'm probably going to call it there for tonight, but that was, again, I feel like an insane overreaction for a police officer. If you could take a job as a public official, especially a public official who commits acts of aggression and violence against the public at times, you have to realize that people are going to call you names and they're going to say stuff like that. And if you ransack the man's property and turn off his security cameras and then suddenly several $100s of his money is missing when you guys return it, I think he has a right to criticize you. And like, yeah, he might say words that people don't like. He might say things that are unpleasant to hear if you're super sensitive about being called a lesbian. But again, honey, every day I'm called a lesbian and I still have to go to work. Now I am one, so I'm able to go to my job and function. I would encourage Lisa to think about that. Sorry. All right. Thanks everyone for joining in tonight. Like I said, I'll do a highlight video either tomorrow or Friday, hopefully tomorrow. And I appreciate you all watching. Don't forget to hit the like button for me if you can. It always helps me out. And if you don't, then that hurts my feelings and I'm going to sue you for emotional damage. So, all right. Thanks everyone. Bye.